A lot of people ask me in car wrecks, what is comparative fault? Well, comparative fault is an important concept in the law, especially in automobile collisions. And what comparative fault is the idea that there may be more than one person involved in an injury that broke the rules. There might be more than one defendant, and the person who was injured might have actually broken the rules as well. And so comparative fault allows a jury to decide percentages of responsibility for various people who have broken the rules that have all resulted in an injury. So for example, let's suppose that someone is entering an open intersection. The rules say that the person on the right is supposed to yield. Let's suppose that you're supposed to yield to the person on the right. Let's suppose that the person fails to yield, the person on the left fails to yield to the person on the right. They break the rules. But let's also suppose that the person on the right was speeding. So the person on the right's breaking the rules, the person on the left is breaking the rules. They both have some responsibility for the collision. And a jury would then take 100% and assess a percentage or assign a percentage to each of the people involved in the collision. It might be 0%, it might be 100%, it might be 50-50, it might be 60-40, it can be any number that the jury decides is fair. The significance of that is that if a plaintiff has 50% or more at fault, then that plaintiff will have zero recovery in a Kansas court. In addition, if a plaintiff has less than 50% fault, the amount they recover will be reduced by that percentage. So for example, if a plaintiff, person bringing the lawsuit, were to recover from a jury $1 and the jury were to find that the plaintiff was 25% at fault, that amount that they would receive would be reduced by 25%, or they would receive 75 cents. So generally, that's how comparative fault works. Comparative fault can come in on any case where someone has broken the rules in what's called negligence, and it often is seen in cases where the defendant has claimed that the plaintiff has broken the rules as well, or there might be several defendants in a case, each of who have broken the rules, and the jury has to decide which people or which defendants are responsible for the injuries that were caused and what percentage of fault is to be assessed to each defendant.